Where am I supposed to look? Am I supposed to look at the camera or
Might be
can I?
No problem.
Hi everyone, I'm Dalen. I'm grew up in Singapore and I'm currently based in both Singapore and Lisbon. I spent some time here. I have been working for big companies like Aviva, Unilever, and Razer, and some of these are global companies. I've also worked on my own startup before for 2.5 years, and right now I'm working on my own startup again, which is an education startup. And I have spent my life studying design, and I teach user experience design in Lisbon with the Lisbon Digital School, and I've also studied business as well, and I'm particularly interested about economics and entrepreneurship. So I started with the University of Manchester on business, and that's sort of yeah. I believe the most important thing that businesses should do is to include customer in the feedback loop and that conversation. So many businesses today they develop products and services without customer feedback or with data that may not be cleaned up like properly. So the first thing that they can do is try and collect data from different sources, whether it's through a form on their website or whether it's through an actual customer survey that they do with customers. And these feedback helps to build that awareness about in the company. And with that awareness, people in the company would hopefully take that data and try and improve its product and service, and that hopefully creates a better customer experience. Yeah. So one of the things that I realize and that leaders tend to forget to deal with is that while it's important to give the team members the necessary skills, it's important to give them the necessary resources and of course the decision-making autonomy. What is missing is dealing with that grief that people face when they are going through change, and that's really the most important conversations. And sometimes and I've forgotten about it as a team leader as well. I realized that some people take a longer time to process grief. And I do it mostly through one-on-one conversations. So without processing grief, people find it hard to accept change, and they will actually find ways to sabotage change, and they will find ways to make it harder for the organization to change. Yeah. So research plays an important role in inventing new products and services, and I would say do just enough research for you to make that prototype in order for you to be confident about releasing it in the market, and then start that research process again where you're gathering feedback. So having that feedback loop is very important as well, and this feedback loop, it creates this continuous cycle where you're constantly learning about your customers and learning about what you need to do and making like better and better decisions. I can't predict the future. I don't have a crystal ball, but I would say e-commerce is a very competitive field. It's a field where the people who measure data and measure it to a certain granularity, as granular as possible, and understand how that data is part of the entire customer journey and that relationship. Companies who understand that and are able to design their experiences with those insights and with that understanding are going to win, right? And these companies, when are usually people who do a lot of experiments. They do a lot of A/B testing. They have a very strong culture of experimentation. They're open to different ideas, and they will just try it out, test it, do quick tests, and then roll it out and see what the results are. So, and as far as I know, as I work in e-commerce before, and I talk to some of the technology partners that we work with, they say the best companies do a lot of experiments. Yeah, so. I'll say that's going to be that future where it's going to be easier to do these experiments, and it's going to be there will be more and more people doing these experiments, and analytics will be a very important field of study.